What's up guys, it's Phil, and today I'm going to show you how to build an easy DIY harvest style bench. This bench is super easy and it can either require minimal tools or you can really get into it and use every tool in your shop to make this thing just absolutely perfect. I'm going to show you both ways and you can choose which way you want to do each and every step. Let's get started. So let's talk materials. The first thing you're going to need is 9 2x4s. Now I'm only building a 5-foot bench today, but if you're going to be building a longer one, you might need more than that. Second thing you're going to need is 2-inch drywall screws. I like to get number 6 coarse thread screws because they're easy to find, they're available everywhere, and they're super cheap. Last thing you're gonna need for this project is wood glue. Now I highly recommend Titebond 3. I've got a link to the best deal that I could find online in the description, but if you want to use Titebond 2 or some other type of wood glue, go ahead. We're gonna be laminating something, so I really recommend something with a medium to long open time, and Titebond 3 tends to work out really well for me for that. Now let's talk tools, because once again this is a woodworking project and you are going to need, you guessed it, woodworking tools. There's a link to just about every one of these tools in my description, but specifically the ones we're going to be using for this video are of course our trusty chop saw. We're going to be using a table saw. We need a drill and driver combo. You're going to need some heavy duty wood clamps, preferably bar clamps. Optional equipment is going to be a dado stack and a pull saw or some other small saw if you're going to be doweling the screw holes. We're also going to need a number 6 countersink bit and possibly a paintbrush or something to spread the glue with. Maybe even just this guy. You're also going to need a sander, which I have an orbital sander specifically for this project, but you can use just about any sander. We're going to just be doing some real basic sanding on this project, so nothing too crazy. And make sure you have sanding pads as well. I like to start with a 60 grit if I've really got to dig in, jump to a 150, and then use a 220. To be honest, on this project, I'm probably only going to use the 220 grit. So let's get cutting. Alright, here's your cut list for this bench. The first thing we're going to take care of is cutting 4 2x4s into 60-inch lengths. Those are going to make our top, so cut those, set them aside. Second thing you're going to cut is you're going to cut 8 2x4s into 16.5 lengths, set those aside. Those are going to be your legs. Then we're going to cut 2 12-inch lengths. Those are going to be our crossbars. And then you're going to cut 1 52-inch. That's going to be your stringer. We're also going to cut 2 more 52 inches, which are going to be our long aprons. You're also going to cut 2 6-inch pieces, and those are going to be our end aprons. And that's literally it for the beginning cut list. So let's go ahead and get that stuff cut down. So the first step in this project is going to be taking the 60-inch boards over to your assembly table. You're going to want to lay them out with the grains alternating, so the first grain turns up, second grain turns down, and so on and so forth. Put those 4 together with your flattest edge. If your edges aren't flat enough, you can take them to your table saw and try to rip them a little bit straighter. But these are going to fit together pretty nicely, so we're going to go ahead and turn these up, take a little bit of wood glue and put it between the boards so that we can have a nice glue line. We're going to put those down on 2 of our clamps so that there is 1 on each end holding them up, which gives us a nice flat surface to clamp to. And then we're going to clamp everything down by putting a 3rd clamp on top, applying a little bit of pressure to keep everything nice and flat, and clamping everything really tight. Step 2 is going to be taking all of our leg pieces, making sure that the direction of the grain is facing into each other, and you're going to apply glue between every other piece, put them together in one stack, and clamp that entire stack up, and set it aside to dry. So we're going to go ahead and leave these overnight, come back out in the morning, get this project finished up. The next step is going to be taking the leg pieces and make sure to knock off any glue dots on whatever your flattest side is of each leg piece. Take that over your table saw, and we're going to set the table saw at 3 1/4 inches, and we're going to run all of these through the table saw to get one nice flat edge. Once you've done all 4 legs, flip them over to the flat side, set your fence at 3 inches, and then you're going to run all 4 of them back through to have nice square 3-inch legs. Next we're going to cut down the rest of our pieces, so take your apron pieces, and with the table saw still set at 3 inches, you're going to run one edge, your cleanest, flattest edge, against the fence and run them through the table saw so that all of them have a slightly rounded edge from the factory of the original, 2x4 profile, and a nice flat edge on the other end, and set all your apron pieces aside. You're gonna run your two 12-inch pieces through on one side as well as your center stringer, then reset your fence at 3 inches, flip them over so the flat side is against the fence, and run all 3 pieces back through the table saw one more time. Now for the really fun part. It's time to cut the mortises. Now there's multiple ways to do this. If you're interested in seeing another way, go ahead and click the video in the links for multiple ways to cut mortises in table legs. For this one, I'm going to use the dado. You can always do it with a sliding miter saw or a track saw, or even with a circular saw. If you want to learn one of those methods, check out my short video on how to do that. Now you're going to want to take all 4 of your legs, and starting 3.5 inches up from the bottom of the foot, you want to mark at 3.5 inches, and then again 3 inches up from that. So you'll be making a mark at 3.5 inches and at 6.5 inches. Then go over to your dado stack or your circular saw or chop saw, however you're doing this, and you want to make your first cut so that it is right on that black line. Now I've chosen to start at the bottom, and with my dado stack I went ahead and set up a stop block so that I can cut all of the bottom pieces first and get that first initial cut exactly where it's supposed to be. Then I remove the stop block, move the piece down so that the dado is going to cut out the top of the mortise, set my stop block up again, went ahead and cut the second cut in all 4 legs, then removed the stop block and just hogged out the middle material. This for me was the fastest way to make sure that I got all 4 of them done consistently and evenly. Now you want to find the centermost point on your center stringer and make a mark. Then take the 2 12-inch pieces and find the exact center on that. Line up the 2 marks and make 2 cut lines on either side of the board. And that's how you know where we're going to be cutting out. Go back to your dado blade and repeat the same process, or in my case, I just went ahead and did both at the same time. That way I know they're even, and that way I know everything's going to work out exactly the way I want it to. Now let's start assembly. So the first thing you want to do is take your stringer and you want to slot it into the 2 mortises you just made, flip everything over, and apply a little bit of glue. Then pre-drill some holes and drop 2 screws into each from the bottom. Our next step is going to be taking all 4 of your legs and slotting both ends of each of your stringers into one of these legs. Now make sure that you have turned the stringer back up so your screw holes should be facing down towards the floor and should not be visible, and the 3.5 inch foot of the leg should be underneath it, leaving the tall part standing up above everything. If it looks like this, you've done it right. Now we're going to apply some glue, stick the legs back on, and we're going to pre-drill holes through the stringer and into the leg. Now I like to kind of do one up in the top corner, one in the lower corner, but you can do it however you want. One option you can do here to clean up the final look of the table is either add some wood filler into these wood holes, or you can actually get a 3/8 inch dowel rod and put some glue on it, stick it in the hole, cut off the end of it, and then we'll come back and sand this down later. That just gives you a cleaner look, and it's another option if you want to do it. I'm going to do it on this particular project, but it's really up to you. To finish up the apron, we're going to turn the entire thing upside down. We're going to take our short and long apron pieces over to the side, and we're going to drill at an angle very similar to a pocket hole so that we're going in the bottom rounded edge of the stringer on both the left and right side on all 4 pieces. Go back over to your assembly table and you want to apply a little bit of glue to each end and slot those pieces in with the flat side down against the table in between the legs. Now you're going to take one of your drywall screws and you're going to drive that in. Make sure you don't drive it in too far or you'll end up pushing the apron up past the top of the leg. Once all 4 apron pieces are attached, give it a light sanding. You can do this with a power sander or you can hand sand it. Make sure everything's nice and smooth and that all your corners are softened. Make sure that if you did end up doing some doweling that you don't have any definition there and that everything's nice and smooth. And once it's all cleaned up, go ahead and set it aside. Now we're going to take our bench top over the table, and if you didn't use too much glue, you shouldn't have a lot of squeeze out, but if you did use enough, there probably is just a little bit of glue dots here and there, so you want to go ahead and knock some of those off and make sure that everything's nice and clean. Then we're going to go back through with our sander and make sure that everything is nice and smooth, that we don't have any little wood tattoos or anything on it, and that everything is clean and prepped and all the edges are smoothed out and ready for finish. Our final step in assembly is the most satisfying. You're going to want to turn your bench top upside down on your work table. Then we're going to pick up the apron. We're going to turn it upside down and set it on the bench. We want to measure out 1 inch from each edge on all 4 legs. It should be an even inch in on both the left and right of both legs and both ends of both legs. On each side. I know that was confusing, but basically you should be measuring from the outside of your piece to the edge of your leg should be 1 inch on all 8 sides. Now, while holding your bench in place, we want to find the center of our apron and put an angled hole using that countersink drill bit, and then add 1 anchor screw, and that's going to hold that in place while we drill the other 5. You want to put 1 close to each leg and another one in the center on the opposite side. And these 6 screws are going to hold it in place while allowing for the little bit of wood movement that we're going to have with this bench. Now you can flip it over on your work surface and double check, see if it needs any more sanding. And if it doesn't, you're done. The final step is adding your finish. And that's it, guys. Man, did this thing turn out awesome. It's raining today, so I'm not going to be able to get any beauty shots of it, but I wanted to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thunder. So I'll get all those final beauty shots tomorrow when it's not ugly and rainy and stormy outside like it is right now. But I wanted to take a quick moment to say thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hoped you learned something. If you don't have a dado stack and you don't want to spend as much money on some of these tools, I totally understand. Check out the links in the description. I've got a video on 5 different ways or 7 different ways to cut those types of mortises in table legs. So definitely check that video out. There's a lot of super simple ways to do it. Anything from the dado stack all the way down to a hammer and chisel. It's super easy. Go check it out. If you want to learn how to make the wipe-on polyurethane, there's also a link for that in the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, smash that notifications button, and have fun making this project for yourself. Hey guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep building.